My experience with the Predator films is as follows. I think the original is a good action movie. I think it's also a bit overrated. I don't think it's this incredible masterpiece a lot of people think it is, but it's a good movie. I enjoy watching it. It's fine. The sequel, Predator 2, is not as good, and it's a very like 90s action movie. Uh, and it feels like a 90s action movie, and it's also fine. I think it's unremarkable at best. After that, we got Alien versus Predator, which sucks, and it was PG-13, which no Predator movie ever should. No movie with Predator in the title or Alien in the title should ever be PG-13. So I don't know what the hell that was about. And then Aliens versus Predator Requiem, among the very worst movies I've ever seen. I remember seeing that in the theater and just laughing the entire time at how uncomfortably bad it was. Um, and then we had uh, Predators with Adrian Brody. That movie is fine. Lawrence Fishburne's in that too. It's okay. It's like a decent Predator sequel, and no more, no less. It's fine. And then we had The Predator, the Shane Black directed film from a couple years ago that was also decent. I know a lot of people hated the ending. You know, it had some funny one-liners and the action was decent. But overall, it's considered kind of a trash movie. So it's the movies have been mediocre, right? Like people adore the original. I don't really get it. And the sequels have just mostly been hot garbage. So now let's talk about the latest film in this series. It's called Prey. It is a Hulu exclusive, which I'll get into a little bit on why that's kind of weird. And let's talk about it. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on the red subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, so I didn't even know this movie was being made until I saw a trailer for it. The movie is released on Hulu exclusively, which I don't like because this movie is way better than a Hulu exclusive should be. This is a movie that really should be seen in theaters. This is a great sequel and maybe the best Predator movie. I think this movie's better than the original. I think it fumbles the ending a little bit, but it's anchored by great performances. Amber Midthunder as this young Comanche woman who desperately wants to be seen as like a warrior, which I don't really know how that would have fit into Comanche society at that point in time. I'm not really too sure. This movie takes place, I believe, in the early 1700s. The action is phenomenal. It's the best looking Predator movie. All of the hunting sequences, all of the fighting, all of the action, all of the kills, all of the blood and guts and gore are awesome. All of those aspects of this movie work really, really well. It looks phenomenal. It's really well shot. Looks, sounds, great performances. The script is mostly really good. And I really like it. I really, really like this movie way more than I thought I would. Does it have a little bit of an agenda? Yes, it does. It's a little bit preachy at times, and the message is a little ham-fisted. It also doesn't come across really well because, let's face it, like in a field with like in an even playing field in the middle of nowhere, the Predator kills the human like every time, given the technology that they had at the moment. So it's a little bit the way the movie works and is structured. The ending's a little bit far-fetched, and like I said, it's a bit of a stretch, and it doesn't really stick the landing as much as I thought it would, considering how damn good the rest of the movie is. But it's like a small nitpick. This is one I'll definitely watch again because I really, really do adore it. Yeah, looks, sounds, all that stuff, presentation-wise, the movie is really, really first class, and it's a bummer that it's only on Hulu. I yeah, I really like this movie. There's not a whole lot else I can say about it. In terms of negatives, other than the story being a little preachy, that's really it. One thing I also do want to mention that I really, really, really loved about the movie is that it really leans into the time and setting. The Predator is obviously like still this advanced species, and he still has the shoulder cannon, but it functions differently. It's not like a plasma blast. And the way that's all done is really cool. He still has like the heat vision mask that he uses, but it's very different. It's very low tech. This feels kind of like a low tech version of the Predator, but I think this is by far the coolest version of that character that we've seen in any of these movies. And the way the story is told is really, really cool. And I don't want to spoil anything. This is a spoiler-free review. But I got to tell you, I was super impressed with Prey. I think it might be the best Predator movie. A lot of people will argue that the original is superior. I'll hear that argument, but I really, really love this movie. So if you can check out Prey, it's on Hulu exclusively, which is dumb. It should be in theaters. And yeah, Disney now owns the rights to Predator. And putting it on Hulu was a big old stupid mistake, because I would have loved to see this one in theaters, because it deserves it. So thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, consider subscribing. You'd also like and share it. That tells the powers that be that it's worth promoting. And let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Also, follow me on my social media. I'm really only on Instagram at RealHometownZero. Follow me there. Also on Rumble if you want to check the channel out there too. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.